Welcome. Now we will continue the discussion of wound field synchronous machine. So, we will continue first the cylindrical rotor wound field synchronous machine. Cylindrical rotor wound field synchronous machine. Equivalent circuit analysis will continue. So, first point is equivalent circuit is developed in the same line as that for induction motor. So, the rotor winding carrying direct current and rotating at synchronous speed is shown below as a transformer like coupled equivalent circuit. Coupled equivalent circuit linking the stator while rotating. Rotating at synchronous speed. So, let us see. First, we have the stator winding which has a resistance, stator resistance Rs. Stator winding has a leakage inductance LLS. After that, we have the ideal stator winding. This stator winding is applied a voltage V, and here we have the magnetizing branch inductance Lm and the core loss resistance Rm. Just like induction motor, Rm represents the core loss and Lm represents the magnetizing inductance and the stator reaction. So, this voltage is Vm across the branch, and this is the stator side. Then the rotor winding has a inductance LLF of the field winding and a resistance RF and a DC voltage Vf is applied to the field winding. So, this field winding draws the current, field current If, and it is linked with the stator winding. Field winding is linked with the stator winding because it is rotating at synchronous speed omega s, that is 2 by p times omega e, and the stator current is Is. This is the stator side, this is the rotor side, and they are coupled just like a transformer, because stator and rotor are coupled because rotor is rotating at synchronous speed and the stator MMF is also rotating at synchronous speed. So, they are coupled, magnetically coupled. So, this is the figure 1 which is showing transformer like coupled circuit. So, in this equivalent circuit, Vf is the field supply voltage, which is DC, and it leads to a current If, that is the field current, and field current is DC. And this field current If induces flux linkage that we denote as psi f, that means field flux linkage, because the rotor is rotating, the induced field flux linkage also rotates at synchronous speed. Synchronous speed that we denote it as omega s, that is 4 pi f by p, that is 2 by p times omega e. Omega e is 2 pi f. So, because of this rotating field flux linkage psi f, it leads to induced speed EMF in stator winding due to rotating psi f, and this is given by this E, that is omega E times psi f. Omega is 2 pi f and psi f is field EMF. This E is the speed EMF and it is also called excitation EMF. Now, the previous equivalent circuit which shows stator and rotor separately, now we will refer the rotor to the stator side. So, the equivalent circuit refer to stator we will show, and we will neglect core loss. That means we neglect the core loss resistor Rm. Now this equivalent circuit is shown in figure 2. So here we have the stator resistance Rs, stator leakage inductance LLS, and we have the magnetizing inductance Lm, and the speed EMF or excitation EMF E is also there, which is given by omega E times psi f, because this speed EMF will be added to the rotor circuit, to the stator circuit from the rotor side, and a voltage V is applied to the stator winding, which draws a current, stator current Is, and there is induced EMF, the EMF across the magnetizing branch is Vm. And this stator leakage inductance and the stator magnetizing inductance combined action is the magnetizing, the synchronous reactance inductance Ls. This is figure 2. So, in this equivalent circuit, stator referred equivalent circuit, we can apply the voltage applied, stator applied voltage V, phasor is the stator induced EMF phasor E plus stator impedance drop I phasor Is Zs. By KVL we get this, stator applied voltage equal to induced EMF E plus stator impedance drop, where this Zs is Rs plus Jxs is the synchronous impedance. And Xs is the synchronous reactance. That is omega E times 2 pi f times the inductance, synchronous inductance, which is stator leakage inductance LLS plus mutual inductance, that is stator leakage reactance XLS plus XM. In this expression, XLS is the leakage reactance of stator, and Xm is the magnetizing reactance, or armature reaction reactance. And for this Xm we have the magnetizing current Im. Im is the magnetizing current, or the reactive component, component of stator current IS, stator current IS. This magnetizing current contributed by field current IF. So, this is the reaction of the stator to the field current IF. So, we have psi m flux linkage L m into I m is the air gap flux linkage. Air gap flux linkage which is due to combined action of stator flux linkage and rotor flux linkage. Psi A is L s into I s is the reaction flux linkage, or you can say armature reaction flux linkage. The stator carries current I s, has inductance, so corresponding flux linkage is L s into I s, and psi s is the stator flux linkage such that the stator applied voltage phasor V s is J omega E psi s phasor. This is what we get if we neglect stator resistance R s. So, these flux linkages satisfy the phasor addition, vector addition. Psi s is psi f plus psi a. This we will draw the phasor diagram again, including the flux linkages and the stator resistance R s. Phasor diagram of cylindrical rotor wound field synchronous machine considering stator resistance R s. So, we have the applied voltage V. Let us draw the phasor diagram for a leading stator current I s. Stator current leads the voltage, so leading power factor. So, with that I s V minus stator resistance drop I s R s then minus reactant armature synchronous reactance drop minus J x s into R s is the induced EMF E, excitation EMF E, and this is the angle delta between V and E. So, we have the excitation EMF is due to the field flux. So, field flux linkage psi f which is at 90 degree. So, at 90° to excitation EMF E is the field flux linkage psi f, and the reaction flux linkage psi A is Ls into Is in phase with Is, and phasor sum of these two is the flux linkage psi S. So, this is for motor at leading power factor. Leading power factor means it is over excitation case. Because of over excitation, induced EMF E is greater than V, or you can say psi f is greater than psi s. Let us draw the phasor diagram for the generator. Supply voltage V, stator terminal voltage V, stator current Is at angle phi, because it is generating operation, stator current is out of phase, almost out of phase with the voltage, and this is the stator resistance drop minus Is into Rs resistance drop. This is minus armature synchronous reactance drop minus Jxs into Is, and this is the induced EMF E at angle delta. So, this is for generating mode. At lagging power factor. Let us revisit the torque expression. The electromagnetic torque developed T E is 3 by omega s into V E by x s into sine of delta. Delta is the torque angle or power angle. So, we can rewrite it as 3 into P by 2 into 1 by omega E into V E by x s sin delta. So, let us rewrite it as 3 into P pole pairs into V by omega E into E by omega E into 1 by L s into sin delta. So, it is 3 into pole pairs V by omega E is stator flux linkage psi s, E by omega E is the psi f field flux linkage by stator inductance Ls into sin delta. So, this is an expression for the electromagnetic torque. Another expression is, let us write in terms of power, we will write, because power P m is 2 by P into omega E into electromagnetic torque T E, and power is 3 V I S cos phi. So, from this expression we get electromagnetic torque T E is 3 into pole pairs into V by omega E into I S cos phi. So, we can write it as 3 pole pairs V by omega E is stator flux linkage psi S and I cos phi is I t. So, here I t is I s cos phi. So, is the in phase or torque component of stator current. Stator current I s. So, this is torque component, other one is the magnetizing component or the reaction component, reactive component. So, let us draw the power angle characteristics. For motoring and generating. So, delta load angle or power angle or torque angle versus power P m. This is for motoring and this is origin, this is for generating. For motor, delta is positive. So, power and torque are also positive. For generator, motor is delta is negative. So, power and torque are negative. Next, let us discuss salient pole wound field synchronous machine. Salient pole wound field synchronous machine. So, as the name indicates and it is already discussed in salient pole induction synchronous machine, there are salient poles. So, along there is d axis along the poles and q axis at 90 degree ahead. So, because of difference in inductance, we have x d s along the d axis and x q s reactance along the q axis, and x d s is greater than x q s reactances. And also the stator flux linkage psi s is field flux linkage psi f plus reaction flux linkage psi a. So, we will draw the phasor diagram while including the flux linkages, but we will draw the phasor diagram neglecting the resistance. So, we have let us start with E induced EMF or excitation EMF E, and always induced EMF will be at right angle to the flux axis. So, it is the q axis, induced EMF is along the q axis, and this is the d axis, direct axis, and field. So, the field flux will be along this axis. So, we have the current IDS along the d axis, and we have the stator current IS, which has the component IDS and IQS. And with along the q axis, we with the excitation EMF, we add the term JIXDS IDS, which is 90 degree ahead from the IDS, and with that we add the reactance drop JXQS IQS, which is at 90 degree ahead of IQS, and so we get the voltage, stator voltage V. So, stator voltage V has two components, VDS along the d axis and VQS along the q axis, and angle between V and E is delta, load angle, angle between V and I is the phase angle phi, and also we will draw the flux linkage phasor diagram. So, at right angle to V axis, we have the flux linkage psi f due to the field, and psi f plus psi a are reaction flux linkage psi a equal to A less into I s. So, it is in phase with I s, and phasor sum of psi f and psi a is psi s, and psi s is at 90 degree to V. So, this is the motoring phasor diagram for motoring operation at lagging power factor. As you can see, I s is lagging, motoring at lagging power factor. So, because it is lagging power factor, so psi s is greater than psi f. Psi s is greater than psi f under excitation case. So, this is from this phasor diagram we will do the analysis. So, from this phasor diagram you can see the I s cos phi component of I s along the V is I s cos phi. As you can see from this phasor diagram, it is equal to I q s cos delta minus I d s sin delta. You can see by resolving the components. So, you have input power P in is 3 V into Is cos phi. So it is so we have, you can write Is cos phi, you can replace by Iqs cos delta minus Ids sin delta. Further, you can see how to get Ids and Iqs. From this phasor diagram, we see this is the drop bit V cos delta is the component of V along E minus E divided, which is Ids xds. So, divided by xds is Ids, and also Iqs is V sin delta divided by xqs. So, if you substitute the expression of Ids and Iqs in power expression, input power expression, we can derive input power P in is 3 VE by xds sin delta plus 3 V square xds minus xqs divided by 2 xds xqs sin 2 delta. So, from this power expression we get the electromagnetic torque expression. Torque Te is P in, we neglect the losses, neglect the resistance. So, torque is P in by omega s, that is P by 2, P is pole pairs into P in by omega E. So, we can write it is 3 pole pairs and input power formula VE by xds sin delta plus V square into xds minus xqs divided by 2 xds into xqs sin 2 delta. So, in terms of flux linkages, the above expression can be rewritten as V by omega E is psi s and E is psi f by LDS sin delta plus psi s square into LDS minus LQS divided by 2 LDS LQS into sin 2 delta. So, in this torque expression, the first term in the bracket is due to the excitation EMF E or the field flux linkage psi f, hence this is called the excitation torque. This term is the excitation torque. If there is no field current, psi f is 0, E is 0, so excitation torque is absent. and second term is the reluctance torque. So, because of saliency LDS is greater than LQS, and because of that this torque is produced even if there is no field current. Psi f is 0, E is 0, first term is absent. So, this torque will be there because of variable reluctance. So, this torque is called the reluctance torque. We will discuss how this reluctance torque can be utilized in reluctance machine, synchronous reluctance machine. Then one thing we will add the phasor diagram for generator. Wound field synchronous generator. Salient pole type. We have the induced EMF E along the Q axis. Let us take a stator current like this, IS, and this is the IQS, and this is the IDS. This is the D axis. So, induced EMF E plus J XDS IDS, reactance drop due to IDS, leading IDS by 90 degree, plus J XQS IQS, which is also at 90 degree, leading to IQS. So, we have the EMF, the voltage, stator voltage V, and V has two components, VDS along D axis and VQS along Q axis. Angle, and we will include the flux linkage diagrams. So, at 90 degree to V supply voltage, we have the stator flux linkage psi s, which is phasor sum of field flux linkage psi f, which is along the D axis and lagging 90 degree behind E, and armature reaction flux linkage psi a, which is Ls into Is and hence in phase with Is. So, psi f plus psi a is psi s. So, this is the phasor diagram for generating mode. At leading power factor, you can see psi f is greater than psi s. Psi f is greater than psi s. So, this is the case of over excitation. Next, we will discuss more about synchronous reluctance motor. In synchronous reluctance motor, the stator winding is the 3-phase distributed winding given 3-phase supply, just like other synchronous machines. The rotor winding, rotor has a salient pole construction like salient pole synchronous rotor, wound field synchronous motor, but there is no winding on the rotor or no DC supply. So, there is no excitation EMF because DC rotor winding supply is not given, field current is 0. So, excitation EMF E is 0, both psi f and ER both are 0, E is 0 and field flux linkage psi f is 0, no field supply. So, because of the variable reluctance, that means LDS, inductance along the D axis is greater than inductance along the Q axis. So, there will be torque based on the reluctance principle, which just discussed about the synchronous reluctance torque, and this reluctance torque is same as that derived for the salient pole wound field synchronous motor in that. So, it is 3/2 into pole pairs into 1 by omega E into V square into 1 by LQS minus 1 by LDS sin 2 delta. This is the same term which we discussed reluctance torque in synchronous wound field machine, and only thing E term is absent. So, this is the reluctance torque rewritten in another form, and in this one the stability limit maximum torque is reached at delta equals to 45 degree, because it is only dependent on sin 2 delta, and this is because of the difference between LDS and LQS, the torque is produced, and the modern synchronous reluctance machines tend to make this ratio of LDS by LQS large. This is called the saliency ratio. Higher is this ratio, higher is the torque. Saliency ratio is higher in modern machines. So, it leads to higher torque capability, and how this higher saliency ratio is obtained? By special construction of the rotor. So, the construction of the rotor is like this. So, along the radial direction laminations are made, and these laminations are separated by non-magnetic material. So, this is the magnetic lamination and this is the non-magnetic lamination. So, by alternate magnetic and non-magnetic laminations along the radial direction, it increases the reluctance flux, increases the reluctance along the Q axis. This type of construction, alternate magnetic and non-magnetic laminations, it increases reluctance along the Q axis. So, there will be less flux along the Q axis and less inductance, and more flux along the D axis. So, higher LDS, to LQS ratio. With that, so high torque capability is obtained, and however, this machine is somewhat heavier as well as power factor is poorer. Power factor is of the order of 0.8, not like other synchronous machines, and it are always synchronous reluctance motors have higher efficiency because there is no rotor I square R loss. So, higher efficiency is the special feature of this, and due to that there have some applications in low power drives like in spinning mills. Thank you for attention.